Now I have been trying the multiplayer of Crash 4 for a few days now, and the way it plays out feels kinda awkward. Now let me explain in this video. Don't get me wrong, my intention is not to talk bad about the multiplayer or even saying things like it shouldn't be in a game or whatnot. In fact, I feel that the multiplayer that we have right now is extremely fun, and I really do hope that one day, instead of limiting to being a local co-op, I hope that one day Toys for Bobs will release an update to bring it online so that we can enjoy it with whoever we want and wherever we want. I feel that the PvP mode, which is the Bandicoot battle, and the co-op mode, which is pass and play, is extremely solid, and I do hope to see more of this in the future Crash games. I even started to play the multiplayer mode by myself because it is just that much fun. However, obviously not all things are actually perfect, as the longer I play it, the more I felt that there are some serious flaws in the multiplayer, specifically in the terms of fairness. Now I really want to address this issue just in case Toys for Bobs decided to bring the multiplayer mode online, as I feel that there are some tweaks that should be done just to make it more fair for each and every player. Now on to the juicy part, which is what are the issues that I'm actually referring to. Now this issue is not present in the co-op mode, aka pass and play, but for the PvP mode, I felt that whoever actually goes first is at a huge disadvantage. Let me explain further. For those who doesn't know how Bandicoot battle work, I'll keep this short and simple. Basically, each player competes who has the fastest time in checkpoint race, or who has the highest points in crate combo, and whoever wins the most challenges, aka stars, wins at the end of the map. Now the catch is, not all players simultaneously play at the same time. You basically take turns in going between checkpoints while the other players wait for that player to be done. Like for example, player 1 will actually go first, and once he is actually done in reaching the checkpoint, then it is player's 2 turn to play next, and once player 2 is done, it is player's 3 turn, so on and so forth. And this taking turn mechanics, while it sounds good on paper, especially to play casually, I start to see a problem after hours of playing the multiplayer modes over and over again. And that problem is, whenever you play as player 1, I can say that for sure that you are most likely to lose, compared to if you are player 2, player 3 or player 4. And that is where I am having the most problem in. Here's why. As player 1, you are the first one to go first, while player 2 and player 3 and player 4 sits back and watch. And from what I've experienced as player 1, I tend to lose way more compared to player 2 and beyond. And that is because as player 1, you don't really have the chance to quote-unquote practice or quote-unquote expect what's in front of you, which means that you're most likely not know what's about to happen, what are the obstacles, where are the TNT crates, what should you look out for, all that sort of info that you actually need to beat the other players. And that sort of put player 1 in a disadvantage because you're basically letting everyone else know what they should look out for, all that sort of stuff. You're kinda like a guinea pig. So that is the main concern, that I felt playing as the first player to go is kind of unfair, because modes like checkpoint race especially, where you have to race against time, there is very little room for error there. And I find myself dying or making mistakes way more as player 1, because I didn't know what to expect ahead of me. Now you might say things like map knowledge or player 1 isn't a problem if you memorize the map. But if you think about it, if player 1 has to rely on memorization, won't that automatically put him or her in a disadvantage? Now I know to some people that they might say I might be nitpicking or saying that this isn't a main issue. If Toys for Bobs actually decided to bring this online, I do hope to see this taking turns mechanics to have some sort of overhaul. And I do have two types of fixes on my mind if they want to make it more fair during the online multiplayer. Firstly, I think this is the best choice, which is to let everyone start and play at the same time. This way everyone's expectations are the same and they are on an even playing field. And maybe when someone gets time crate in checkpoint race, the other players sort of maybe get stunned in place until they are able to move. Or if that is annoying, maybe just freeze the clock or something like that. Now the second fix is not ideal, as it might drag on the game for too long, but this is an option if Toys for Bobs wanna keep the taking turn mechanics in the game, and that is by giving all the players a warm-up run. With a warm-up run before the round starts, I think this gives player 1 a sort of chance to get a taste of what to expect ahead of the track. Now of course, as a casual couch co-op mode, I don't think the taking turn mechanic is really much of an issue. But I'm just saying that because bringing it online will tend to attract competitiveness, and obviously all players have to be on the same even playing field, especially if it is an online multiplayer mode. And the only deciding factor on deciding on who's the winner should be based on the player's skill and not let the advantages be given by the in-game system. But that's just me. I'm kinda curious what you guys think of this. I don't know, maybe I might be nitpicking at this point, but after playing a few hours and after experiencing what it's like to be the first player to go first and to immediately play much better if I'm player 2, player 3 or player 4, I want to bring this discussion up and discuss it together with you guys. So let me know down in the comment section below, do you agree or disagree with me? Or maybe you have your own personal thoughts about this multiplayer system. Please let me know down below and I will make sure to heart and reply to each of your comments. It will be a fun read for me to see what you guys think, and if you enjoy these types of videos that I actually make, do consider subscribing and liking the video as well. We're almost at 10k subs and I'm planning to do a special giveaway once we reach the 10,000 subscriber mark. A quick thanks to the supporters of the channel as usual, you guys are simply amazing. And while you're still here, click on the video on the left here for more in-depth explanation of how the multiplayer truly works. Or click on the right for more fun video. This is the Viperian signing off, thanks for watching and stay awesome.